Hey everybody, and welcome to the WUG Podcast. This is something I've always wanted to do, and I'll tell you why. What's the WUG? The WUG is an acronym for What's Up Guys, which is the Instagram videos I've been doing for a while. Now here it is. I've been explaining this for a while, but the WUG is that moment in business where you're fearless, where you have no doubt, where all you can do is be successful. It's a zone. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna teach you how to stay in that zone as long as you can to be as successful as you can. Welcome. Welcome to the WUG Podcast, everybody. And we're starting off the first episode ever with my ex-wife, Taylor. So I thought that this would be a fantastic interview to have because she's somebody who's known me for a very long time. And she knows a lot about business. She's been successful herself. And I think she'll be a great addition to listeners on how to become successful in the entrepreneurial fashion. So welcome, ex-wife Taylor.
Thank you, ex-wife Taylor. I don't love the ring to that one.
Well, here at the WUG, we're going to call it what it is.
Yep.
So, yep, ex-wife Taylor.
All right.
All right.
I'm ready
for it. Let's start it off. We're basically going to go very edgy today. When you are having a podcast with your ex-wife that you have two beautiful children with, thank you for those. There's gonna just be a little bit of back and forth. So let's get right into it.
All right.
All right. The first thing I have been curious about, and we talked about, was you knew me when we were eating peanut butter sandwiches and broke. Yeah. Dead broke.
Yeah. Couldn't even do laundry, no water, whole thing.
Got it.
Been there.
Got it. So thankfully, over the years, I've managed, and you've managed, to become successful in business. And I'm actually going to answer the same question, which is going to be fun.
Okay.
How have I changed from peanut butter sandwiches to, a little bit more successful?
Honestly, I don't think that you've changed who you are a lot. I think that you're extremely driven and you are addicted to success. You don't know what it is to fail. And I think I've said that probably since before I even really knew who you were, just watching you in the bar business. I think that you don't know what it is to fail. You don't want to know what it is to fail. And that grows with you with every successful company that you've opened. You keep pushing that envelope a little bit further because you have to have what's bigger, what's best, what's next. And you keep finding a way to do it so far.
That was really nice.
I think it's true. Any gripes I have about you.
I was not expecting something nice. That was fantastic.
No,
Thank
honestly,
you.
I feel like any gripes that I've ever had.
I'm so glad we're filming this. Oh my gosh.
It probably is because you may never hear me say it again.
No, I absolutely will never hear you say it.
We have this recorded.
This is absolutely recorded. So, same question.
Yeah,
same question. Ask, but I want you to ask.
What do you think has changed about me since you met me when I was in college, so you really saw it from no business experience to now. What do you think's changed?
Well, here's the thing. When you decided to go into real estate, how many times did you take the real estate exam?
Why do we have to talk about that?
We have to talk about it.
I just feel like it's a horrible conversation.
We have to talk about it.
Okay, but can we start with the fact that a lot of people deal with the same problem?
No, I understand it. But it's also the thing that I didn't do that well in college. Right. So I didn't like being a student. I didn't like that. So come on, answer the question.
So 5 times. I took it
five times. Right. And I remember that you wouldn't quit. You were like, I'm going to pass this thing. Yeah. Right. And so what I'll say is that your confidence in yourself has changed since then. Like you changed from, I don't know if I can pass this thing, but I'm going to keep going until I can, until now where you probably walk into a listing with massive confidence. Everyone knows who you are. I mean, it's been a great change. Yeah. It's been a great change.
Thank you.
Not only that, real estate was a natural fit for you.
Right.
Right. From the beginning.
Totally.
Right. After you passed that test and you started in real estate, everybody said, you know what, this girl's a superstar. And you've gotten accolades for that. What accolades have you gotten?
I was 2014 top 30 under 30 as a finalist for that. Now for the past almost a year now, I've been top 30 in my office. I'm a top producer. I top 100 in Florida with the team that I'm working with. So it's been a good ride. It hasn't always been ups, but right now we're riding the up.
By the way, I knew none of that.
Yeah, it's been good. I've been working really hard.
Excuse me. So, yeah, with that, I think that let's go into something else. You have been married to a monomaniacal entrepreneur, right? Monomaniacal, guys, is somebody who can only focus on one thing.
Right.
And that's me, right?
Tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision. What's it like to live with an entrepreneur who is monomaniacal and only focuses on one thing and is a little bit, crazy?
It depends. If you're looking for a relationship, then it's not that easy, because I think that work will always come first a lot of the time. I think for you, that's what makes you happiest, is your ability to help other people succeed, the ability to watch your businesses succeed, and so that keeps you going a lot of the time. So I think that the hard part on your partner is coping with being an equal to that.
Okay, so what does that mean? Like, what's it like day to day when your partner is focused on one thing? Like you said, I don't like failure. I don't know what it is. I'm only going to succeed. Like, what's it like to live with somebody like that?
It's like having a three-way with your cell phone, because you always have that.
You just said three-way, by the way.
I did, because you always have your cell phone. I bet you sleep with it at night now, under your pillow, on your face, next to your face, somewhere.
I don't know. I'm just focused on the fact you said three-way.
Well.
Nice. Anyways,
on the couch.
So the cell phone has always been a problem.
Right.
Right, because when you want to succeed, I never made my clients wait to get back to me. Right? And especially if I was in the zone.
Yeah.
Right? If I was selling, sorry, I'm not supposed to slam on the table apparently, but I just did. So, especially when you're in that zone and you feel that you can close any deal, you can't. You
gotta ride the highs.
You gotta ride the highs while they're there.
I get that.
And especially when you're starting a business, if you get a high, you better go, because the most of it sucks.
Yeah. And I think that's what's hard, is that at first I didn't know that. When we were together and you started your first bar, I mean, it was the first time I watched you really go on that high and grind it out. Now it all makes sense to me. I see why you have to do that to get the results that you want. But it is a sacrifice for your other side, for sure. To be there for the success, but to also go through the stepping stones to get there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold, guys. No, I'm good. We'll get through this. Okay. All right, so my next question is kind of like day to day in your business, where people are not very polite to realtors. I've always been curious about this. People, when they're selling their home or when they're doing business with realtors, they, for some reason, feel like you're their therapist, you're their everything, you're their whatever.
Yeah, totally.
Right? I'd like to know, what's the worst thing that you've had to put up with?
Oh my gosh, the worst thing. I think that the hardest thing, I can't think of one worst thing, which maybe I'm lucky because I don't have like one horrible story, but you always have those clients that really need their hand holding. And I'm not talking about first time buyers. I'm talking about people that may know everything inside and out, but they still need you to hold their hand. They can't pick the paint color. And I enjoy doing that, but if you're in the middle of a really busy day and you have a client that's asked you to come 6 times to look at different wall options and things, then that gets really exhausting. But as far as, crazy traumatic stories, I mean, we do have a joke that I need to have my office saged because I think I'm cursed right now.
Okay, so superstition comes into real estate.
Yeah.
By the way, everybody, this is my lucky hat, and
here we go.
I'd love to introduce Camilla, who runs this podcast. She's a genius. She sets up all the equipment. She does everything. She can tell you I was running around the house looking for this hat because it's my lucky hat. So
why?
I don't know. It just is. But I have superstitions as well. Right. So I think people who are successful, they think that way.
Yeah.
Right. They think that I want to ride this high as long as it can go, and I can't let it go.
Yeah.
Right. So your superstition is that you think right now or in the past you've been a little cursed.
Right. I think that sometimes you get a couple of hectic closings in a row, and you can't help but wonder if there's somebody putting some bad juju out there against you.
Got it.
Yeah, for sure.
Got it. I promise that's never been me.
Yeah. Somewhere around here, there's a voodoo doll with pins stuck in the head.
Okay, so now I'm going to shift it back to more personal. Okay. This just popped in my head. What do you think it's like for children of driven entrepreneurs?
Oh.
Give it real. This is sensitive, but I want to get real with it. What do you think it's like?
I think that it's a catch-22, ironically enough. I think that it sucks for them they do have to give up a lot, but I think that they learn so much more than they would at the age they are or before college. It's like they're really getting like the fast track to business, and especially with having both of us. They get it from both sides and our families. You know, they're seeing so many successful people go out and follow their dreams and work for themselves. I know that from my side, they really benefit from it because I'm able to make my schedule to where I still pick them up from school, or I still, you know, make this game or do this or that or make the lunch, but it doesn't make it easy. I mean, it's still hard as hell, but I think that they're benefiting from the learning that they're getting from it and seeing the work ethic.
Okay.
Yeah? What do you think?
Same question back.
I mean, do you think that this is something detrimental to them, or is it a positive?
I think that as a driven entrepreneur,
Yeah.
like I was just in Cuba for, with a client for a weekend, closing a deal.
Right.
I think that it is incredibly difficult for entrepreneurs who are driven like me and can't control it.
Yeah.
Right? We can all agree that I can't control it.
Right.
Like it just goes. Mm-hmm. You miss all of that stuff, and it hurts. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I feel like I would rather them see that than something different.
No, I agree, and I think that we have a good dynamic to make it work too. We know when somebody can't be there, the other one's there, and you're able to. It's the flexibility that compensates for maybe the not being there at other moments.
Let's change the topic. That one gets me every time.
I can understand.
I am not choking up on fucking camera.
No.
And by the way, we can say fuck, right?
Oh, great. Don't tell him
Fantastic. All right.
Don't slam the table.
I can't fucking stop playing the table. Now I get to say fuck, so it's great.
It's all downhill from here, folks.
It's all downhill from here, guys. Okay, so let's talk about the WUG, right? Which is something that I just came up with.
It kind of makes you want to dance. Do the woogie woogie.
Yes. Oh, dude, I can go all day. Got WUG.
I've been. I don't know about that one.
Ready for this morning WUG?
Yeah, that's
my favorite. Okay, so
you should call it the morning WUG.
Nah, I'm not that dirty. That's your thing. Okay, so ready for this? Number one. I'm only going to invite people on this podcast who are successful and I believe have experienced this on a regular basis.
Success?
No.
Oh.
The WUG.
Oh.
Okay. So, have you felt it? What does it feel like? What do you do when you got it? And how do you keep it as long as possible?
When you feel the WUG, that's the best feeling. I think that's what you have to feel that in order to keep going. People, when they're striving to get success, it's not the success. It's the feeling of the WUG that they're really working towards, because that's what's going to keep pushing you towards further success or making you feel accomplished in what you've done so far.
So, the WUG is addictive.
The WUG is 100% addictive.
I love that.
If you're not addicted to the WUG, you're not an entrepreneur, and you need to go find a boss.
I don't think you're a business person if you're not addicted to the WUG.
Yeah.
That's what you go for.
100%.
100%. That's why people drink coffee in the morning.
Yep.
They're looking to get into it.
They get that first percentage.
Yeah.
Then they got to fight.
And then they got to go. So when you get it, what do you do with it?
I wish I was better at what I turned around and did with it, honestly. When I get it, I ride the high for a while. You do a ton of marketing. You talk about yourself constantly. I was never good at talking about myself, and I learned in business, you got to love yourself. You got to talk about yourself all the time. And that's the only way that other people are going to want to talk about you, is you have to get the conversation started. So I think that when I'm feeling it, I'm talking about it. And I'm putting it out there, and I'm making everybody know who I am, why I'm feeling it, what's going well for me, and keep the circle going.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think that when you're feeling it, what do? I picture you out here like lunging around 2 acres, screaming at the top, pounding on your chest, I've arrived! No?
Okay, so here we go. When I get the WUG, I am everything.
Right.
To everybody. I don't care who you are. I don't give a crap. If I was ever scared to call you, you're getting a call. And not only getting a call, you're getting a call with me with ultimate confidence, right? And I'm closing.
Yep.
I close deals. I ask for the sale. I don't care. I don't care if you tell me no. I don't care what your excuse is. I keep going until I get what I need to get. To me, that's the WUG. And yes, I do probably lunge around here, pound on my chest, and, take selfies and be, and I'll say before you do, I'll look in mirrors and all that stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, because you know what? It's more than like just what you look like that day. It's a feeling,
Yep.
And you're absolutely right. It's addictive.
Yeah.
And it's the best thing that entrepreneurs can feel, business people can feel. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. That's what makes it all worth it. I mean, of course, being able to give back to your family and all that, that's what makes it worth it for your heart. But selfishly, the WUG is what makes it worth it for yourself.
Right. Do you think that the WUG is selfish or family?
Selfish.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
The WUG is a feeling. It's like a drug. It's a feeling for yourself.
Yeah. No. 100%.
100%. All right. Now that we've talked about that.
Yep.
Now this is what I want to talk about. You've known me a long time, right?
How long? How old are you?
I'm just putting that on camera. Oh. How old are you? Oh, yeah, whatever. This is what I want to talk about. Ups and downs in business, right? And I've been there, right? I've lost, I've won, I've lost, I've won. Thankfully, now I'm winning, which is great. But do you appreciate when you're in that valley and you're on the bottom? Do you actually like it?
No. Do you like being in the valley?
I love it.
What? Why? Because it makes you hungry to work harder? I hate the valley.
I love it.
No.
Yeah. Why do you not? Why don't you like it?
Because I know I'm better than that.
As an entrepreneur.
Because I know I'm better and I can do better. And if I'm in the valley, it's because I feel like I wasn't doing enough. I wasn't working hard enough. I wasn't getting up before everybody else. I wasn't grinding out the time, getting the marketing out there, knocking on doors if I have to. So if I'm in the valley, it's nobody else's fault but my own. So I don't like it because I can't point the finger anywhere else. I got to take that blame. And I don't like taking the blame.
No. That's true. I like it. You know why? Because it's that moment where you have nothing to lose. I love having nothing to lose. I love being able to reach for the stars and not caring about a million different things. Yeah. Right? I want to go and be fearless and careless and go. Right? And when your back's up against the wall, and you've seen me like that. In the last article in Voyage whatever MIA, I told them that at one point I had to borrow $50 to feed the kids. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was like the worst day ever.
Yeah, that was the worst day. I think that I'll always remember that day.
I'll always remember that day. But what happened after that?
I don't think have you had a valley since then?
No.
Yeah, no. Exactly. So
that's why I always talk about that because I just started going forward.
Yeah.
Right?
After that for sure. That's the last real down that I remember. And I haven't been there for all your ups and downs, but for when I was, that was a really low, and you came out of that one fighting hard. And you took people with you. I think that's the best part, is that you look around to see who else can go on this journey with you for your next business. And you grabbed your brother, who was the brains behind something that you'd been trying to learn yourself out of a book in an office with 5,000 moving boxes, because we had just moved to Miami. And every day I'm sitting there like pounding on the door, are you going to come change a diaper? And you're working. I'm like, what the fuck are you working on?
Wait, let's get this clear. I changed a lot of diapers.
Okay, let's get this clear. Who changed a lot of diapers?
No, you changed more.
Okay.
I'm just saying, Yeah, I changed some.
Some.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to get that clear because these days, if you didn't change a diaper, like you were, just a horrible person.
So some diapers you change.
But what I'm saying is, I will always remember that bottom because coming out of it, I have never felt that feeling before of just absolute. There is no. It's the WUG. There was no chance I was gonna fail.
Do you think that you felt that way at that bottom? Because I know you'd been at bottoms before that. Do you think that one was different because you had a family? That's what pushed you harder?
No.
Really? You think it would have, either way, you would have ended up where you are right now?
I just had never been that low.
Yeah. Oh.
Right. So I had never been that low. I'm able to kind of separate those things because if I let my family, like the people around me, get in my head, then I become too emotional. And I believe that business is about emotion.
But not that type.
And the type of business I'm in, if you have emotion, oh boy, they'll kill you. I'm surrounded by killers, and I love it.
See, that's what's interesting with my business. If you don't show them emotion and you're a human and you can go down their lows and highs with them, then you're not in that business. You got to be
talk
able
about
to do
that
it.
then, like because that's completely different for me. Like if I show my clients emotion, like first of all, they think it's unprofessional. Second, I've just found that they're not going to respect it.
Right. Well, yours is more. And I'm not saying mine's not a business, but mine's also a life step. I'm helping people move into their homes with their families or sell their homes that they raise their families in or this and that. And so I'm there for a whole different side of emotion than what you're dealing with.
You know what? Yesterday I was at Real Talk Con, so I'm going to plug David Kurz because he's my boy. I was on the stage at Real Talk Con, and the best thing that I think I offered them was that the real estate industry, you're selling something beautiful, which is where people live. Yeah. Right? What I hated about it is that people don't launch marketing campaigns a lot. They just do what everybody else does. So
I think that's changing. Now technology is catching up, and I think that a lot of people are starting to launch a lot of different types of marketing campaigns. A lot of it's going online and virtual. You see, look at David Kurtz. He's a great example of that. He is always filming
all right, we can't
himself.
plug David twice because we're going to kill his ego. Like his ego's way like.
I just want to drive his slingshot thing.
He's definitely a cool guy. All right, I want to switch back from business to personal.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Ready. Stop slinging me.
I can't. Camilla's going to kill me. Like, look at her. Like, look at her face. Like, she's angry already. Business to personal. Throughout the years of entrepreneurship and all of that, what is my worst quality? And I'm asking straight up, what's my worst quality?
I think, like I already said, your worst is probably your best quality for business. Is your worst personal quality is your addiction to success.
You were gonna say the WUG.
To the WUG,
but
then I almost said why.
I like the
CrossFit.
WUG. Come on, you gotta say the WUG.
I think that's your best and
We gotta
worst
plug
quality.
the WUG more than David Kurz.
No, now you're saying it again.
Yeah, WUG.
Okay. No, but I think that that's your best and worst quality is your addiction to it. I think that you push yourself to the limits to where sometimes I think that just for your own well-being that maybe you should take a step back, but you never will.
Why do I keep hearing that from people? Because
maybe it's true.
That I push myself too hard. Can you push yourself too hard? That's a great question.
Yeah.
You
Haven't
can?
you heard of emotional breakdowns? Or that's not allowed.
No, that's like Tuesday for me. Dude. That's just part of it. It's part of the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Which is a great one. Okay, so
I think if you look at it as you're gonna grind it out until you got to put a time limit on it. Like ever since I've known you, you're gonna be successful and you're gonna retire by this point. Like for you, maybe you're able to do it without this like hectic breakdowns that are evident to a lot of people by having a limit that's really far away. So you got to do this until you're 50, and then you'll go into your vacation mode.
Which will be scary.
Yeah. Hopefully I don't know you then. The kids will be older, so I don't have to sit here and do fucking podcasts.
You agreed to the podcast. You agreed to the podcast.
No, I'm good with it.
Yeah, it's absolutely been fun.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be straight. Come on, how much time we have left? 5 minutes? Beautiful. All right. I want to go overboard.
Okay.
Shocking.
Overboard.
Overboard.
I'm a little nervous now.
Yeah, you should be. Yeah. Okay.
Just remember.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
Let's go overboard. Since we've known each other, we've had our spats, right? What am I like when I get in argumentative killer mode?
You're an asshole. You are, because it's your. No, here's the problem. Because you can stare.
Wait, I didn't think on my first podcast I was going to be called an asshole, but I kind of like it.
I figured that you should have expected that. I mean, maybe every podcast somebody's going to have something to say about it. But yeah, no, you're horrible to go up against because you put on the face of, don't give a shit. You're like fighting with a teenage girl because they're like, girls, they don't care when they're in puberty and they're like, oh yeah, well.
Did that really just get on film?
Yeah. Because it's true.
Fighting like a teenage girl?
You don't like the way I do that? I don't care. I'm okay. I do it my way. I don't care. That's how you fight. And so you can't even fight with that. How am I supposed to go up against
Isn't that called like winning?
No, it's called not caring and driving the other person insane.
That's winning.
For you,
Man.
I don't think it's winning. I think it's not even showing up to the fight. You don't even put forth effort to the fight because you just shush. Can't be bothered.
You know what? I love that. I love that you were super honest. I've never
Yeah.
been called a teenage girl.
Yeah?
Yeah, I know. But,
How about an asshole?
What?
You've been called that.
I have definitely been called an asshole.
All right.
To retort,
Yep.
my approach to arguments and confrontations is the end result, to win.
Yeah.
And if you show people that you care too much, guess what? They're going to take it.
Yeah.
They're going to take it and they're going to use it as leverage. Self-control is to tell them, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're not important enough. Right? And that's not, I wasn't talking about you.
But don't you think it adds fuel to the fire?
Absolutely. But at the end, what happens? Win.
Oh, I hate when you say win.
To the kids?
Yeah.
Win.
My kids now run around, sorry, run around always. Hey, mommy, win. I'm like, God.
Isn't that what it's all about, though?
Yep.
It's all about it. That's what the WUG is about. That's what business is about. Like, it's about winning at all costs.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's for me. I think other people moderate it, but for me, I'm addicted to the WUG. I'm addicted to the win, no matter what it takes.
And look how well it's worked for you.
I mean, you know, I've been successful, but I've had my up and downs.
Yeah.
Like, it's been tough.
But you wouldn't appreciate the success if you didn't
Didn't what?
have the ups and downs.
No, I actually like the downs, like I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm addicted to this process.
Yeah.
And I will always be. You know, even when I have time off, I'm still doing it. 2 a.m. doesn't matter, as you know. Like on my phone,
Yeah.
24/7.
You don't sleep.
Don't sleep. Yep. Thanks. We just put that out there.
Well.
And then I'm guessing we have like 2 minutes left. I want to give you like 2 minutes to close about your business, about the benefit of being in real estate for a couple years now.
For a couple years. So, the benefit to being in business and real estate, one, is that you work for yourself. It's really hard at the beginning. I'd say that anybody who has success in the first 5 years is a unicorn. They work for a top producer, or maybe their family comes from real estate. Otherwise, I think those first 5 years, you're really grinding it out. No, you don't think?
I just think that was like the normal pitch.
No, I'm
Like,
not done. I just started.
I know, but just give me the real thing.
The real thing.
Yeah, the real thing.
I don't understand your question.
Okay, so
Why do you get into real estate?
no, why do you become successful? What made you close deals?
Family.
Done. That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Family.
All the time I say I have a thing on my desk, my why,
That's
my
it.
kids are there.
That's what I wanted.
For sure.
Family.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that that's so important for realtors to know. If you want to get in this business, you better have some family network connections.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
I've been called an asshole and a teenage girl, which, you know,
Hey, run with it.
I'm absolutely going to run with it. Thank you so much. And,
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Good luck.